Right. So in the previous tutorial, we have seen how we can calculate our aim yaw and aim pitch in order to blend using aim offset that we have been provided. But currently we haven't provided any sort of aim offset. Therefore, it can't play any sort of any aim offsets yet. Right. So now let's create a aim offset. So I'll go to the TPS game, characters, animation. Inside there, I'll create a new folder called aim offsets. Right. So now I'll create a new aim offset based on the SK mannequin, and I'll call it as AOMM unarmed. Right. Okay. So now we need to implement this aim offset first. But first I will configure these horizontal axis values and vertical axis value. So the horizontal axis is targeted for yaw, which is clamped in the range of -180 to 180. And we need 4 divisions, and let's use snap to grid. And for the smoothing time, I will use maybe like 0.2. And for the vertical axis, it is pitch. The minimum value should be -90, maximum value should be 90. Grid divisions 4, and snap to grid. Okay. Now we need certain animation offset, aim offset animation sequences that has been assigned to this specific blend space. But first we need to make sure those animations are additive and that can be used inside this aim offset, right? So if you go to TPS game essentials, characters, mannequin, and inside animation and Lyra, inside offsets, I've provided the default aim offset animations provided by Lyra. Okay. So first we need to select these unarmed animations, and we need to start with this CC animation first. Right. So the CC is basically the default additive animations that we can use as the reference pose, right? Basically the middle animation, right? So I'll make it as yeah, I think by default it is make it as mesh space additive animation. Selected animation frame is AOCC, which is great. And similarly, we need to set these each unarmed idle frames, aim offset idle frames, animation sequences like this configuration. So it should be mesh space and selected animation frame, and the base pose for each aim offset it should be AOCC. This is the reference pose basically. So likewise, if you check any sort of unarmed idle ready aim offset aim sequences, this should be the case. Right? You can see this one also, the reference pose is AOCC. Right? So in case if you haven't, if you're using the TPS game essential pack, this should be automatically configured by you, so you don't need to configure those stuff manually. But in case if you are using any sort of custom animations, you need to set this stuff properly. Right? So either you can go and do for each animation sequences, or you can simply do a bulk operation. Right? So if you are using custom animation, what you have to do is select all those custom aim offset animations and right click on it and go to the set actions there is an option called edit selection in property matrix. And if you go there and inside the additive settings, you can tweak it to mesh space, selected animation frame, and as the base pose animation, make sure to provide the AOCC animation as the reference pose. Right? So you can see all of these aim offset animations are additive animations, and it shared this AOCC as the base pose animation. Okay, right. Now I think we can go to the M offset and we can use those stuff to implement our M offset. Okay. So I'll search for unarmed idle ready AO. Right, so these are the animation offsets that I needed. Right. So if you press Control, actually you can tweak. You can control this waypoint as the preview value. So I'll start with CC. So this should be go inside here, and you can see it disables or it simply hide the existing skeleton. So to resolve that, save it. No, actually, in order to resolve it, you have to provide sort of a preview base pose, right? So currently this one is already assigned this CC value. So that's why actually the mannequin has been disappeared, but that would be fine. So once we finalize this blend space, let's provide a preview base pose animation. So the mannequin will be appeared again. Okay, right. And second, we need CD, which is down, and CU, which is center up. Right. And then we can go to the right side, right center, right down, and right up. Similarly, left center, left down, and left up. And then we need right back center, right back down, right back up, and left back center, left backward down, and left backward U, which is up. Right. So those are the aim offsets additives that we need to implement inside this aim offset blend space. So let's save it, save all. And as the preview pause, now let's try to implement this unarmed idle ready. So now you can see the mannequin appeared again, right? Okay. And now let's try to control this preview node point. So you can see if I move it to the up, character is looking up, which means the aim offsets work. And if I look down, it looks down. And if I go to the right side, if it looks right side. If I go to the left side, it looks left side. And also the diagonal movements are possible because since we use the blend space, the additive animations are blending properly. Okay. Now we can use this blend space inside our DT anim set. So I'll select this unarmed section, go to the aim offset category, and as the aim offset, I'll provide this one. Let's save all, and let's go to the playtest. Okay, now you can see when I look up, the character is looking up, and when I look down, the character is looking down. And when I go to look at the left side, the character is rotating its head to that specific direction and goes back to the center, right? And I think that for the unarmed animations, it's only visualized using the head, but later on we are going to implement the aim offset for rifles and pistols and other weapons categories. So this aim offset would be much more visible in those sections, right? But for now I think we have a nice aim offset and it would be fine. Okay, right. So if I move the animation mode as well, oh, movement mode as well, aiming works. Okay, right. So this is how we can add aiming offsets. Right. I think there is a bug we need to fix as well. You can see soon after I jump from the crouch state to walk state, sometimes it has bugs. You can see if I start to sprint, it's not updating properly. So this is a bug we have to fix later on, but for now it would be fine. Okay, now everything works properly and aiming is also work. Right, so this is how we can implement the aim offset, and I think we are almost done in the locomotion features. There are some bugs and improvements that we can address later on, but overall it works properly now, right? And yeah, so I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.